Avril Lavigne is dead, at least according to a conspiracy theory made popular on the internet, that is. The theory, which claims that Canadian musician Avril Lavigne died between the release of her first and second albums, was originally published in a Brazilian blog in 2011 and resurfaces from time to time. The theory goes on to claim that Avril was replaced with a nearly identical doppelganger by the name of Melissa Vandella, who in turn left a trail of subliminal messages in her music, messages which reveal the whole arrangement. And she would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those meddling kids. Setting aside the flaws in the argument, why would Melissa leave a trail of subliminal messages? Even if she wanted to, how could she get them past a team of producers powerful enough to literally cover the death of a celebrity and erase the previous existence of another person? Why is her last name Vandella, and why would anyone even entertain this theory before the release of Avril's 2013 song Hello Kitty? And, the obvious logical answers to those questions, which are, she wouldn't, she couldn't. Vandella is a kind of ghost-walking, dream-invading demon according to north-central Ethiopian mythology. Whoever made this cannot see the future and therefore had no way of knowing Avril Lavigne would provide the piece of evidence capable of making this theory believable 2 years after the theory was first released. We are left with a curious, if not worrisome, fact. Plenty of people actually believed Avril Lavigne was dead. The most astonishing thing, however, is that she isn't even the first celebrity to die. One of, if not the, most famous examples of this would have to be Paul McCartney, from the British boy band The Beatles. The One Direction of their time, the Beatles quickly rose to fame in the early 1960s. It achieved worldwide fame at a time when YouTube was not yet a thing. And, as it usually is the case with the fame, came the gossip. There are actually 2 instances of Paul McCartney being dead, enough so that by the time he dies for real, I doubt any of us will believe it. The first one made the rounds in 1967, claiming that Paul had been killed in a traffic accident, and was soon acknowledged and rebooted in the Beatles book, a fanzine. Then, in 1969, following the release of Abbey Road, people took his fewer public appearances, which was part of his process of disbanding, to mean that Paul had died. Again. And the name of his doppelganger was also Melissa Vandella. The theory, which was published on Drake University's student newspaper on September of that year, followed the same script as the one cited above. Paul died, was replaced by a doppelganger, and clues could be found on their work. Celebrity death hoaxes are nothing new, from Macaulay Culkin to Mark Twain, a distant relative to Shania Twain perhaps. They have always been common, but why? Director of the Media Psychology Research Center, Pamela Routledge, PhD, MBA, wrote for Psychology Today, "If information is a source of power and connections are a source of social capital, then a hoax is a manipulation of social power. The costs are significant in terms of lost trust and credibility. In Twitter hoaxes, particularly those about celebrity deaths, the perpetrators are counting upon fans' emotional attachment to the celebrity to generate an immediate reaction and override a more measured response of healthy skepticism. While a hoax may strike some as funny, most hoaxes are designed to promote the psychological or commercial interests of the perpetrator at the expense of the victims." Celebrity death hoaxes have a real negative impact on people's lives, and perhaps the real message behind all of this is don't be a dick and don't make up celebrity deaths. As Pamela Routledge goes on to write, the human being is a social creature and we all need social interaction, feedback and validation for our worth. An emotionally mature person, however, does not do that at the expense of others' emotional or physical well-being. Too long didn't read, don't be a dick and let celebrities not rest in peace.